Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do another Shopee book haul, and in this book haul I'm going to show you guys 9 books that I got from 2 stores on Shopee. And if you're interested in buying any of the books that I'll be showing, go check out all the links in the description box down below. That said, let's get into the video. So our first set of books is from Fully Booked, and I just want to say I just love buying books from Fully Booked because of how extensive their book selection is, and also their amazing customer service. I feel like every time I buy books from them, it's always such a convenient experience for me, and yeah, I really love them. But anyway, our first book is 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This one I have been eyeing on for the longest time. It's been sold out for months, so it took me quite some time before I could finally get it. But anyway, take a gander at this book cover, you guys. I am definitely into the jungle theme. It looks so bright and vibrant, and I love it. But yeah, this book tells the story of the Buendia family and how they lived their diverse lives in a village called Macondo. The way it's written is just so rich and so full, focusing on family relationships and old traditions and beliefs. There isn't much dialogue whatsoever, so yeah, if you're into the conversational element of books, then this might bore you a little, but then again, 100 Years of Solitude is one of the most well-known books of all time, and having to experience all the things that it's notoriously known for is really worth the time spent reading it. So yeah, you guys should buy a copy of this book. Okay, our next book is A Man Called Ova by Frederick Backman. This one's actually my first Backman book, and it's a wholesome story about a grumpy old man who had a regular and orderly routine for years and years until one day he got disturbed by his new neighbors, and from then on, everything changed. He suddenly found himself entangled with other people that he never expected to be with. His organized life suddenly became so engaging and so spontaneous, and I actually like that it was written quite simply. Like, it's such an easy read. I feel like if you want to read something so light and cozy, this one's the perfect choice for you. Okay, next is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This one has got to be the top book that I've been wanting to read before 2021 ends. Like, I swear, when this book went back on stock on Fully Booked, I immediately checked it out. It makes me so happy knowing that I finally have it. But yeah, this one is a book about books. It's set in Barcelona, and it's about a son of a book dealer named Daniel. When Daniel was 10 years old, his father took him to the cemetery of forgotten books. As the name suggests, it's a place for books that were already lost in time and were no longer remembered by anyone in the world. And as tradition, anyone who goes there for the first time must choose a book and adopt it for life. And Daniel chose a book entitled The Shadow of the Wind by Julian Carax. Now, Daniel was so captivated with the book, he found solace in it, and he loved it so much that he decided to look for the other works of Julian Carax. Apparently, he discovered that someone out there has been destroying every copy of the author's books. And so Daniel set out into this little quest of his, and he found himself facing some of Barcelona's darkest secrets. Like, isn't that the most intriguing thing ever? Like, I swear, every chapter of this book will keep you on the edge of your seat. Okay, our last book from Fully Booked is The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott. This one I discovered from a booktuber. I forgot his name, I'm so sorry, but yeah, this was actually one of his favorite books for 2021, and I was like, you know what, let's buy that and see for ourselves. So yeah, this book is about a girl named Emily. Now, after Emily's mother died, she felt like everything just fell apart. Everything just wasn't right anymore. It's like their luck just completely ran out, until one day she found her mom's senior year bucket list, and she decided that she's gonna set out to tick off each task on the lucky list, as what they called it. So yeah, this book talks about family, about loss and grief, about love and friendship and sexuality, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. Okay, so our next set of books is from a little bookstore that I found on Shopee, and it's Books of Alchemy. And I just want to say, the effort that was put into the packaging is just chef's kiss. Amazing, marvelous. Like, I really enjoyed the unboxing experience. It was like opening a gift for my birthday. So yeah, if you want to give someone a book this Christmas, you guys should check the store out. Okay, our first book from the Books of Alchemy is What Milo Saw by Virginia McGregor. Now, this one is a little over 400 pages and it's about a boy named Milo who unfortunately had some kind of a visual illness, like his eyes were already failing and soon he'll eventually go blind. Now, this boy, he sees everything a little differently, like he notices certain things that children with normal eyesight don't. And when his grandma was taken to a nursing home, he discovered that there was something wrong with how the facility is being managed, and he knew he had to do something in order to save the elderlies that were being mistreated in there, including, of course, his grandma. So, yeah, I think it's such a nice and charming book. Next is The Good Earth by Perles book. This one is actually a graphic novel, and it's my first ever graphic novel. It's in hardback, and I actually like it better without the dust jacket too, because the blue hardcover just looks so clean, so serene, and it looks so perfect with the title in color white. Now, this book will walk you through a pre-World War II story about a Chinese farmer who did everything in order to own a parcel of land and live a life that's anchored on fortune, comfort, and old traditions. It's an interesting read about old practices and beliefs, and I know that sounds a bit dull, but don't you worry, the illustrations will keep you going. Next is A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. Now, this one is a short and thin book, and I really appreciate that because I have the attention span of a fish. This is only over 150 pages, and I was able to finish this in one sitting. And can I just say, the idea of this book is just so cozy and so relaxing. It's basically Ernest Hemingway's little diary when he lived in Paris as a writer. And can we just take a moment to imagine that? Like, imagine Mr. Hemingway spending his Paris days scribbling and writing in coffee shops and reading books and drinking coffee. Like, who doesn't want to read that? That's like the most romantic thing ever. If you want to read this, I suggest putting some soft jazz music on. I swear, it's such a game changer. Okay, next is Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons. This one is another short book, and I bought it solely because of Sunday Times review. They said it's probably the funniest book ever written, and that's very promising, to be honest. But yeah, this book was published in 1932, and it's about a girl named Flora Post who decided to live with her relatives after her parents died, and apparently her days were always filled with chaos of dealing with weird and hopeless cousins and animals, and of course the crazy old head of the house. So yeah, it's a bit of a ride for our protagonist, but she'll manage. Our last book is The Only Road by Alexandra Diaz. Now, this one, I have to be honest, it was really the cover that made me buy it. Like, I wasn't even that remotely interested with the storyline. Like, I didn't give much attention to it. I just bought it because I thought the cover looked so nice. But yeah, what really surprised me was how beautifully written this book was. Like, I never thought that this book would actually captivate my heart, and I never expected to be obsessed with it. It's basically a story about two young Central American cousins who had to leave their homes because of a threat of some violent gang that's notorious for recruiting minors and making them sell illegal drugs in their village. So yeah, the two had to endure a grueling journey up north, and while they were illegally crossing borders and evading dangerous people, they thought about their families that they left at home and how they miss them and how badly they want to go back and be with them, but they can't because they knew it's not safe and it will never be safe, and that they have to make it through this journey in order to have a better and safer life. So yeah, I have really loved this book so much. Like, I loved every page, every chapter, and it's definitely a 5 out of 5 for me, and I really, really, really recommend it to you guys. So yeah, buy this book. I swear it's just so good. But anyway, those are all the books that I got from Shopee. I hope you're able to find a book or two to add to your TBR list. And again, all links will be down below, so feel free to use them. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.